Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is 2:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this 18th day of March, 2021. Let's take a look at Cardano again. Just kind of continuing on some of the analysis I've done, written and recorded. Today has been a great day until recently. You got to have a broader look at all the markets. And this didn't used to be the case with cryptocurrencies, but because cryptocurrency is becoming more institutionalized as far as the participation and the actors involved in the space, Cardano was added to the Bloomberg terminal not very long ago. So it's going to be affected by by being classified as a risk on or a risk off asset. Depending on how you look at cryptocurrencies, we who are advocates of the technology and the ethics behind what instruments like Cardano represent, we view them as a hedge against risk as far as it goes with monetary policy and fiat currency. In the trading and investing space, it's still considered risk on. This is still considered a risk on asset, and so. Why is Cardano getting tanked? It really doesn't have anything to do with Cardano. It has to do with the strength of the US dollar. The dollar has been, rallying very well today, especially in the late part of the New York afternoon trade session. And I mean, and why is it going up? Yield rates are increasing. And this may affect, a lot of the cryptocurrencies that offer these staking rewards for people who know it better than me can explain it better. But that you have some pretty high to average returns, but with bond yields increasing, passive income is more attractive to traditional assets than it is to cryptocurrency. So just look at what's been happening with other things. So right now, US dollar, Canadian dollar, I currently I'm long on it, a lot and a half. I just did my analysis on this guy earlier before this video. And so, US dollar, Canadian dollar, it's had not saying we're going to have a broad trend reversal, but certainly a corrective move. Amazing bullish engulfing candlestick on the daily chart for the US dollar, Canadian dollar. The dollar Swiss is spiking up. And it has been for a while. But then look at the dollar index. The dollar index looks like we're getting a clear rejection lower, and we're probably going to continue to trend higher. And how does that affect other instruments? When the dollar goes up, what happens to other things? The US dollar is a risk-off instrument, meaning that when people are worried about the financial system, or they are worried about economics, or they tend to go to things like gold, silver, and the dollar. Take a look at the stock market. The Nasdaq, it's had a nice rally since the 4th of March, but today it is getting hammered south. The look at this. The 10-year is up 5.61%. Holy cow. I didn't even realize it was that bad. I thought when it got to 161 it was going to be a big deal, but man, it's up at 1.73. That's pretty dramatic. It was as high as 1.75. Wow, that's pretty crazy. And then you have the 30-year, which is still sitting at 2.48, which is still higher. I mean, bond yields have been going up clearly for a while. So this is going to affect a lot of risk on markets. So where do I like Cardano to get to? $1 or less. I would love to see Cardano drop to the 80s or even lower. I mean, I don't know how low it has to go, but low enough to shake out a lot of people up top so we can buy their ADA a lot cheaper. Some key zones I'd look for, though, moving forward. Let's take a look over here. And let's look at the volume profile. Oops. Eek. Okay, so the volume volume profile in Cardano. Okay, we got to adjust it so that we can get to some levels that are a little more. Well, we'll go with this. All right, so looking at, I mean, obviously the base of support today all the way in the 13-cent range. Look at the weekly chart. This is still a bullish engulfing candlestick. Don't discount it. I mean, it's still a bullish engulfing candlestick. So, you know, that's great. But I mean, you do see some strong sell pressure up here. Look at the wicks. That's clear signals of sell pressure. You know, when you look at, I want to kind of get a little bit closer to just looking at, there's a, I could have just done a fixed volume range to test this, but 110 to 112 is a high volume node. And the next one's at 92 cents. And then the highest volume node down here, it's at 37 cents. But there's a couple key zones. You've got 112, 92, 69 or 70, and then ultimately 36. So those are some levels to look at for buying. You know, in relation to where the Ichimoku levels are at on the weekly chart, the Kijun Sen is at 81. And the Tenkan Sen is at 90. Probably that $1 to 90-cent range is where we would find our initial support to be found, which would be great. That would be awesome. But that's what we see. So, yeah, I think just keep watching this market and see what happens. Just expect things to be pretty volatile, especially as bond yields go up and as the US dollar continues to increase. From all of us here at Exchange Rates UK TV, thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking with you in our future videos. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.